How do you feel about legalizing marijuana in Florida for medical use only, for pain relief, for people suffering from cancer and other debilitating illnesses? You are now one step closer to being able to vote on this controversial measure in the November election. The folks who are pushing medical marijuana, Attorney John Morgan and his team, have enough validated signatures to get this measure on the ballot for your consideration. I support the concept of legalizing marijuana for medical purposes if it can be controlled and if it is only available to people who can't find pain relief anywhere else. Now the Florida Supreme Court will rule between now and April 1st on whether or not the ballot language is appropriate. And if it is not, they throw the whole thing out, and Morgan and everybody else has to start from scratch on another campaign, and that'll be another couple of years down the road. If they approve it, this is on the ballot, and people will vote up or down on medical marijuana in November. The one line I think may cause the Supreme Court to throw this thing out is this. It talks about these debilitating medical conditions, and then it says, or other conditions for which a doctor believes that the medical use of marijuana would likely outweigh the potential health risks for a patient. That says to me, a doctor can green light a prescription for medical marijuana for almost everything. I mean, getting down to the absurd when you got a student stressed out during exams who comes in and says, "Doc, you got to prescribe me some weed or I'm not going to make it." And he says, "Sure, kid." And the idea here is what you're doing with that line in the language of this ballot is you are opening the door for essentially legalizing marijuana statewide for any reason. And that I do not support. I think it's a close call on how the Supreme Court goes, but I'm very uncomfortable with that part of the ballot language, and you should be too. Join me for the next edition of Budheadinger Live right here on FM 104.5 AM 540 WFLA. I'll look for you then.